Is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video that I'm gonna try here on the channel. And I just want to start off by saying that this video is going to seem very late, but that's okay because this video is a test run. And if you guys like this video that we're gonna do right here today, you guys need to let me know down in the comments below so that way next month I can do this video a lot earlier and give you guys more time to get your books in. Now, what is this video? This video is going to be my previews highlight video. This is the video where I'm going to talk about all the books that seem really exciting. If there's any cover lover picks, I'm going to show those off as well because this channel likes to look ahead into the future at comic books. Now, this channel started looking ahead into the future on my must-have pickups. I started looking a week ahead, and then I went even further. I went to final order cutoff with my final order cutoff speculation and recommendations. But if you guys have been watching this channel for a long time, you guys know I order my books through previews on mycomicshop.com. So I'm looking 2 months ahead. That's right, guys. Now we're gonna go as far as we can looking ahead with my previews highlights video. So let's not waste any more time. That's what this video is. And if you guys want to get your previews orders in, you guys need to get them in by March 22nd, and today's March 20th. That's why this video is very late, but I want to use this video today as kind of like a test run. And if there's enough people out there that are really interested in this video right here, I will do them in the following months because this will be a once a month type of video. All right, guys, we're gonna kick this off like we always do with my cover lover picks. Alright guys, now there is a small sample of covers that we're going to talk about today because this is only previews. They don't release all the ratio covers or any exclusive covers just yet because again, we're looking way off into the future, 2 whole months in time, but there are some really cool covers that I saw that I think you guys should know about so that way you guys can let your local comic book shop know or you guys can get your orders in by Wednesday. Alright guys, the first cover that I would think you guys would be interested in is Avengers #1, the cover H done by John Tyler Christopher. This cover is a negative space variant featuring Vision. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love this cover. And the next cover up is also kind of a negative space variant with Batman and the Joker, The Deadly Duel, issue #7. Now this cover is done by Jock and it just features the Joker smile but in the shape of the bat symbol, and that is so freaking gorgeous. It is such a great cover. And after that is Batman Brave and the Bold, issue #1, the Jim Chung cover. I just think this cover is really cool and I wanted to show it off to you guys. That's what a cover lover pick is all about. And next up, we have Danger Street, issue #6. Now this cover is the cover A. It's done by Jorge Fornes and this cover is fantastic. It's a cereal box and it features Darkseid. It is so freaking cool. And after that, we have Green Lantern, issue #1. This is the cover B done by Perillo featuring Sinestro. And how cool is this freaking cover? This cover is gorgeous. Perillo is amazing. And after that, we have Poison Ivy, issue #12. Obviously, the Jenny Frison cover. I'm a huge Jenny Frison fan, and she continues to slay on these freaking Poison Ivy covers, and this is so freaking good. And the last cover lover pick that I have for you guys is actually a Wonder Woman cover, and this is for issue #799, and it's done by Raza. Raza crushing it on this cover. Wonder Woman looks absolutely fantastic. All right, guys, so those are my cover lover picks for March's previews. Now, if you guys are interested in picking up any of these covers, again, you only have 2 days, or actually I should say 3 days to get your orders in on any website or to tell your local comic book shop you guys are interested in these covers. And I think you should pick up all of them. Guys, that's my opinion. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move in to the exciting stories section. This is the section where I'm going to talk to you guys about new #1s or any ongoing stories that I think you guys have to be picking up. And there's actually not that many, so let's go ahead and dive in to these stories. Alright guys, so how previews is laid out on mycomicshop.com is DC Comics, and then Marvel Comics, and then your independents. So that's how this list is going to go. So first it's going to be the DC books that I think are exciting, and then the Marvel books, and then the indies. So let's go ahead and dive into the first DC book. Batman White Knight presents Generation Joker, issue #1. Now, I cannot be more excited for this series because the White Knight universe is continuing. There was a tweet a while ago that Sean Murphy put out that he was not sure he was going to continue this series. He was kind of feeling burnt out and wanting to do some other things, and I was like, no, stay on this. Now, this is coming from writers Katana Collins, which is Sean Murphy's wife, and Clay McCormick, and it also has artwork by the great Mariko Indulf. awful, so I cannot wait to see what this book is going to look like, and the story seems amazing. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. Youth in revolt! Spitting out of the runaway hit Batman Beyond the White Knight comes an unforgivable coming-of-age supervillain tale. That's right, supervillain, starring the children of Harley Quinn and the Joker. When the rebellious twins run away in a stolen Batmobile, only the Joker, Jack Napier's quickly fading hologram, has any hope of getting them home safely and keeping them out of the family business. But a life of crime isn't the only temptation young Bryce and Jackie are facing. The kids uncover a dark secret that could bring their dad back to life for good. With a wild array of Batman's former enemies and allies on their tails, will the kids succeed in reviving the Dark Knight's greatest foe? Find out as Jackie and Bryce take center stage in the White Knight universe. That just sounds so amazing. I love the White Knight universe. It is one of the best things that's happened in the last like 10 or 20 years in comics. In my opinion, it really is that good, guys. It's amazing. And if you guys are a Batman fan, you guys have to be checking that book out. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And that is Cyborg issue number 1. We're getting a new solo series for Cyborg, which is really cool because he's such a cool character, but he's always done wrong in my opinion. Now, this is coming from writer Morgan Hampton and art from Tom Rainey. And guys, I don't know Morgan Hampton at all, so I don't know if this book is going to be any good, but it's a new number 1 featuring a character I really like, so that's why I'm going to be checking this book out. But let's go ahead and read the synopsis. When a family emergency brings Cyborg back to Detroit, Victor Stone surprisingly finds himself enjoying his return to a simpler life, where everyone sees him for who he really is and always was, rather than the larger-than-life superhero. It's been a while since Vic's been able to lower his guard and seek a purpose outside of being Cyborg 24/7. But a lot has changed in Detroit while Victor's been away. An aggressive new company is turning Motor City into an overclocked engine of revolutionary artificial intelligence, and no one knows better than Cyborg that technology transformation always comes at a steep human price. So that's the synopsis, guys. So he's going to go back to his roots, and that could be really good for this character. So guys, I'm going to give this book a chance. I'm at least going to pick up the first 3 issues and see how this story goes. All right, guys, after that, I just want to give a quick shout out to Dark Knights of Steel issue number 11. Only 2 issues are left in this amazing Elseworld tale, and if you guys have not read this book, go ahead and pick up the previous issues and get caught up, because this story is amazing. It's set back in the medieval times. We have 2 opposing cities of like superheroes coming together and clashing and warring with each other. It's freaking epic. All right, guys, after that is a new Green Lantern issue number 1. I cannot be more pumped for this. I'm a big Green Lantern fan, and when I saw the 2 writers that were going to be writing on this book, I was like, yep, sign me up. I cannot wait, because I've been a Green Lantern fan ever since Jeff Johns' Green Lantern Rebirth, and it's been so sad that it's been so bad for so long. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, the writers on this book are going to be Jeremy Adams and Philip Kennedy Johnson. Jeremy Adams has been on The Flash. He's moving over to Green Lantern, so he's going to be writing the main story in Green Lantern. And there's going to be a backup story by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Now, the artists on this book are Zermenko and Montas, 2 guys with only 1 name, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and read the synopsis for this book. Spinning out of the events of Dark Crisis, the Guardians of Oa at the heart of the Green Lantern Corps have quarantined Section 2814, home of the planet Earth, and its champion along with it. A heartbreaking defeat has sent Hal reeling, returning home to rediscover his roots and to find the man responsible for ruining his life, Sinestro. From the visionary team of Jeremy Adams and Zermenko, who brought you the epic Flashpoint Beyond, comes a tale of redemption, loss, and finding out that maybe, just maybe, you can come home again. At least if you're willing to hotwire a power ring to do it. And also featuring part 1 of John Stewart War Journal from writer Philip Kennedy Johnson and artist Montos. Guys, that just sounds freaking awesome. I love that they're bringing these characters back home and kind of putting them in their roots. I'm really excited for this. And that cover B done by Perillo is so freaking good. That is fire. And also the cover A by Zermenko is not too bad as well. All right, guys, let's keep this party moving. All right, guys, the next book up is Peacemaker Tries Hard issue number 1. All right, guys, so this is coming from writer Kyle Starks and art by Steve Puh. I want to say that's how it's said, but let's go ahead and read the synopsis. Having earned his release from Suicide Squad, Peacemaker wants to try to do normal superhero stuff for a change. Unfortunately, everyone, including the bad guys, thinks he sucks at superhero stuff. But when busting up a terrorist ring introduces Chris Smith to the cutest thing ever to walk awkwardly on 4 legs, he finds the unconditional love he's been denied his whole life. This already sounds freaking amazing. That is, until the dog is kidnapped right out from under him by a supervillain who has some very unsuper heroic plans for Peacemaker's brand of ultra violence. Will he help the infamously unstable superpowered criminal steal the world's most valuable and dangerous DNA? Honestly, Christopher's pretty lonely, so it probably just depends on how nicely they ask. Breakout writer Kyle Starks and art legend Steve Puh deliver a brutal and hilarious take on DC's POS. You know what that stands for, piece of shit. Will bust guts, break bones, and melt hearts. That sounds amazing. That sounds exactly what the Peacemaker TV show was, and that was incredible from James Gunn. So I hope this is going to follow in its shoes, and it's going to continue being amazing. I wish we would have Eagly, but a 4-legged dog sounds pretty freaking great. Alright guys, let's keep this moving. Next up is Shazam issue number 1, covering from Mark Waid and art from Dan Mora. Do you guys need to know more? Mark Waid, Dan Mora, creative team, together. Amazing. And there's also some covers from John Timms, which is fantastic. But let's go ahead and read the synopsis for this sucker. The world's finest creators presents the world's mightiest mortal in a dazzling solo series. Dinosaurs from space, the clubhouse of eternity, homicidal worms and talking tigers. Atomic robots, alien worlds, mad scientists, sinister curses, and villains from throughout the DC universe. Welcome to the wild adventures of Billy Batson, whose big red alter ego defends Earth from its weirdest and wildest threats. Want to stop Lex Luthor and the Joker? Call Superman and Batman. International crisis? Page Wonder Woman. But when Gargoax, Emperor of the Moon, sets his sights on Gorilla City, that's when you shout, Shazam! The fan favorite team of Mark Waid and Dan Mora brings the magic. Do you need to know more? Have you been reading Batman, Superman, World's Finest? Well, if you have, you know this book is gonna be great. It's gonna be so freaking good. I cannot wait to read this book. Again, Dan Mora on art is just like, it sings to you on the page. It's so good. And Mark Waid has been crushing it lately. Everything he's been doing at DC Comics has been really, really freaking good. And I cannot wait for this book. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Now, this is a new title from DC Comics. It's a new character as well. There's 3 characters dropping in the month of March. I'm only picking up one of them because the writers on the other books I did not like, but this one right here is a little interesting because I love the writer on this book, and this is Vigil issue number 1, and it's coming from writer Ram V. That's all I needed to know. When I see Ram V on any title, I pick it up. I gotta give that book a chance because Ram V is that good. And this also has art from Lalit Kumar Sharma. I want to say that's how it's pronounced. I probably totally butchered it, and I sincerely apologize if I did. All right, guys, let's go ahead and read the synopsis on this book. Who are the Vigil? The shipping vessel East Wind was taken captive by pirates off the coast of Thailand. 24 hours after the crew had been taken hostage, before communications had been established or any demands made, the crew reported an intervention by a group of unknown individuals. Amid other bizarre claims by the crew, the reports of an individual who changed his appearance at will and a woman who seemingly dodged bullets. Once the pirates were taken out, no attempts were made at rescuing the crew. There have been rumors rogue metahumans targeting weaponized illegal technology, with some hinting that they call themselves the Vigil. What are they after? Why did they intervene? Are there metas among us? Stay tuned for more. You are being watched. Now, from that synopsis, I'm not super excited for this book. Again, the reason why I'm picking this book up is because it's written by Ram V. If DC Comics is going to put a writer like Ram V on a book, I have confidence that it's at least going to be a decent read. So that's why I'm giving Vigil issue number 1 a chance, and I'm probably going to get at least the first 3, if not the first full story arc for this book. Alright guys, that's everything for DC Comics. Let's go ahead and dive into the 2 books from Marvel that I think sound really freaking good. And the first one up is Avengers issue number 1. Finally, we're getting a new creative team and they're relaunching the Avengers from the writer of Jed MacKay. Again, that's all I needed to know, that Jed MacKay was going to be on this book, because if you've been reading Moon Knight or any other books that he's been doing at Marvel Comics, you know you have to give this book a shot. So let's go ahead and read a little more into this. So the artist is going to be C.F. Villa. I'm not sure who that is. If there's any cover art that's already been released, I'll go ahead and show it right now. If not, let's go ahead and dive into this synopsis. Alright guys, so Jed MacKay and Stormbreaker C.F. Villa take the the reins of Earth mightiest heroes. The Star, the Icon, the Witch, the Constructor, the God, the Engineer, the King. The world is ever in peril, and a new team of Avengers mobilize to meet any dangers that dare threaten the planet. But when Terminus attacks, a new and insidious danger rears its head. One that the Avengers know all too well, and one that comes to them in the most dangerous of guises, that is, of a friend. That just sounds really cool, and again, I'm really only picking this book up because I enjoy the Avengers Squad, any version of it, especially if it's going to be written by Jed MacKay. Again, that is the real selling point. An amazing writer on this book, I'm picking it up. Alright guys, in the other book at Marvel Comics that I'm pretty excited about is Extreme Venomverse issue number 1. Now the main reason why I'm picking up this book, because again, the Venom book, if you've been reading that, really hasn't been any good, or really hasn't been that good as of late. But guys, Ryan North is going to be the main writer on this book. I could not be more excited about that, because if you guys are reading his Fantastic Four book, it is incredible. But let's go ahead and read the synopsis for this. All right, guys, so return to the Venomverse. Face front, Venomaniacs, to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the creation of Venom. The Summer of Symbiotes is underway, and it all starts with Extreme Venomverse, a landmark series that's going to take the mighty Marveldom to corners of the hive never seen before in 3 titanic tales. First, comic superstars Ryan North and Pablo Sequeira, I'm butchering that, I'm sorry Pablo, put a fresh and exciting spin that you may be familiar with, starring Eddie Brock as Spider-Man. Then, your new favorite comic writer, Mariko Andolfo, shows you a side of the whole Brock family you've never thought you'd see. And finally, one of the best writers and artists in comics today, Leonardo Romero, reimagines Venom as a samurai. But whether all of your new favorite symbiotes will survive this summertime saga remains to be seen. Guys, that's 3 great stories in one book. I am totally sold on this. I'm really got my fingers crossed that this is going to be good, because those covers by Linnell Francis, you are fire. So freaking good. But guys, that is Extreme Venomverse issue number 1, and that is the last Marvel book that I want to share with you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the 2 independents that I found that you guys might find exciting. And the first one up is Dark Ride issue number 6. Now, I've been talking about this series for so long. It's finally coming back. Issue 5 was on FOC, I believe today is the final day that you can pre-order that. But guys, issue number 6 is on March previews. Now, this is coming from writer Joshua Williamson, and it is a dark and twisted tale about a horror-themed amusement park with a lot of twisted and crazy things happening in the amusement park, and it is so good. And it also revolves around a brother and sister and their dad, and the dad did something crazy in issue number 1, and you guys just have to be reading this book. The artwork is fantastic, the story is amazing. Dark Ride is a must have pickup. Alright guys, the last book is a new number 1. Let's go ahead and find out what this book is. Something Epic issue number 1 is a book that comes from writer, artist, and cover artist Simon Kruditsky. I'm probably totally butchering that, but this book sounds so good from Simon. Series premiere, Imagination is Real! Outside our perception, creative thought takes physical form, with only a handful of individuals known as epics are able to interact with this wondrous hidden world. But for 14-year-old Danny Dillon, accepting these responsibilities himself won't be easy or safe. Lose yourself in the world of endless fantasy and creativity, where superheroes, monsters, magical creatures, and cartoon characters live and breathe alongside us. Fan favorite Spawn and Punisher artist Simon Kruditsky introduces a world where the only limitation is your imaginations. Now, this is a 32-page story for $3.99, and guys, I am pumped for this. This sounds freaking amazing. And yeah, a new number 1 from Image Comics. You know you have to at least try the first issue, so that's why I'm suggesting you guys pick up Something Epic issue number 1. Alright guys, those are all the books that I wanted to show you guys coming out on March's previews. And again, the last date you guys can get your previews orders in on mycomicshop.com, which is the site that I use, is March 22nd. So that's only 3 days. I know this video is really late, but guys, I just wanted to tell you that and test drive this video. Alright guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, if you stuck around to the end of the video, you guys know what you are. Just go ahead and say it. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting the algorithm and hopefully getting this out to more people. Now if you could do me a favor and just smash that like button to help push it out just a little bit more, I would highly appreciate that. Now, if you guys did enjoy that video, I think the best thing that you guys can do is leave a comment down below letting me know that you'd like to see me do a video just like this, just a lot earlier for April's previews, because that's coming out in just a few days. I believe you can already look at the solicitations for Marvel and DC on CBR.com. I've already perused, I believe, Marvel's, or maybe it's DC's. I forgot which one came out first, but guys, there's so many exciting books that come out every single month. I hope that this video right here can just give you a little tease for anything really exciting coming out from Marvel, DC, or the independents. I bet you next month it's gonna have a lot more independents on the list, but who knows, maybe there's a lot of DC books and Marvel books that seem really exciting. As you guys can see, I love DC Comics, and there's a lot of new #1s because they're doing that whole Donna's DC push. If you don't know what the Donna DC is, go ahead and check out CBR.com. There's so many articles over there, and you guys can get all the information over there. All right, guys. And again, guys, if you really like this video, smash the like button, leave a comment, and let me know, so that way I know to continue doing these videos in the future. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow with my Wednesday pull list video, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll do a 4th video this week because I'll have my final order cut off speculation and recommendation show on Friday. But will I have time to do my mail call video? We'll just have to wait and see. All right, guys, have yourself a great week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.